What's up, my mind your money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market. Why do I keep forgetting my water? Hold on. I'm back. All right. Hopefully you guys are doing well. As always, hopefully you guys are in the market and not trying to time the market. So it says here today in the stock market news, the Dow gained 1,000 points. S&P 500 and NASDAQ gained over 2.5% on signs of tariff progress. So let's see what's in the news today. So it says U.S. stocks soared. Interesting word. Tuesday, following a bruising day on Wall Street as investors built hope for de-escalation on several fronts of President Trump's trade battles. Stocks came off of their highs by afternoon trading after U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent reportedly said in a private speech to J.P. Morgan Chase that talks between the United States and China had yet to formally start and that negotiations will likely be a slog. Interesting. Reports said in a private speech, but it's being made public. Okay. Still market delivered solid gains with Dow Jones Industrial Average adding over 1,000 points as the benchmark S&P 500 and tech-heavy NASDAQ each rose around 2.5% and 2.7% respectively. So prior to Bessent's reported comments, stocks hit earlier session highs as Bloomberg reported the Treasury Secretary told a closed-door investor summit Tuesday that the tariff standoff with China is unsustainable and that he expects the situation to de-escalate. Because it's not a good situation for either country, in my opinion. Because if there's a tariff and they're charging and we don't buy, they lose money. We continue to buy, the prices are going to be higher in the United States. But the government can do like it's been doing, print money. So it's not a good situation for anyone. But either way, it says here, the abrupt reversal came a day after stocks tanked as Trump took to social media to amp up his attacks on Fed Chair Jerome Powell, escalating growing tensions between the president and the central bank. So you see, in my opinion, the problem is not just China. We have internal issues within the United States between these people who have a lot of money. That's how I see it. I see there's fighting amongst the family members. There's a lot of divide happening, in my opinion, behind closed doors. And it's evident now, and you can see it because of all these ups and downs and these problems that we're having in the country. But, it is what it is. Life continues to life. And nothing's perfect, right? But either way, here nor there, for investors trying to keep up with Trump's fast-moving trade policy, the rift added another layer of stubborn uncertainty as to where the economy could go next. But another sign of trade progress Tuesday came in U.S. talks with India, and Vice President J.D. Vance hailed progress as he met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay. Later on Tuesday's investors' attention would turn to Tesla's earnings, with the EV maker set to report its results after the bell. Tesla has been contending with signs of slumping sales and waning demands as CEO Elon Musk's role in the White House rattles its brand. Tesla's shares rose around 5% on Tuesday, but are down roughly 40% on this year. A lot of stocks are down 40% or more. Then, the market closed about 10 minutes ago and it says Tesla misses on earnings, warns of tariff impact. So Tesla's stock dipped in after hours after trading, after the EV maker disappointed on the top and bottom lines in its first quarter financial results. Revenue 19.34 billion versus estimated 21.37 billion. Gross gains 16.3% versus 16.1% expected. So the company said it is difficult to measure the impact on global trade policy and the tariff landscape, with a larger impact on its energy business. Notably, the company excluded its returns to growth forecast from its earnings report. Wow. Yeah, it happens. So let's see what's going on in the market with some of my stocks. Okay, open. Right click. What's going on? Okay, so Nvidia gained $1.98 today, closing at $98.89. My S&P 500 SPLG ETF closed at $1.53 higher, closing out at $61.99. My information technology ETF FTEC closed at $3.67 higher today, closing out at $149.95. Tesla made $10.47 today, closing out at $237.97. Not bad. Palantir made $3.19 today, closing out at $93.99. And Broadcom made $3.37 today, closing out at $169.58. Yeah, so that's it with the market. You know, there were gains today, and I would take those gains over no gains or loss of anything, right? As always, continue to dollar cost average into the stock market. Budget, people. Get out of debt. Get out of that credit card debt, personal loan debt, car loan debt, student loan debt. Get out of debt. Create a budget. Get out of debt. Live below your means. You know, like those, I don't know how true those reports were, but you know how they were saying China, saying, you know, you Americans that are paying all this money for these luxury items, they're made here in China for pretty much dirt cheap, and you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for this stuff. And I believe there's, you know, I want to say, but I don't want to put out any false information. What percentage of middle class and lower? I'm trying to find out something. Because I don't want to say anything crazy. It says, okay, so it says here, U.S. Americans with incomes less than $50,000 make up about 27% of regular luxury customers. So that's a big percentage of people who make $50,000. You're spending a lot of your money on things that you really can't afford, and in my opinion, it's not worth it. You know, but yeah, get out of that. Create that emergency fund, that 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Set up your kids' college fund if you have kids, if they want to go to college, or set money aside for trade school. You can make just as much money on a job with the trade, learning a trade. Electricians, brick masons, you know, construction workers are making tons of money. I don't see that market going out of business anytime soon. If your kids do go to college, make sure that they're majoring in degrees that actually pay a good wage. Yeah. I'm actually tired this morning. It's morning my time. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all. Disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. Any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money if you're not comfortable doing it yourself. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.